Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I want to do a video talking about Elder Scrolls Online and whether it's actually still worth playing in 2022 going into 2023. Now I've made a couple of clips and I'm going to talk about a couple of issues I haven't recorded. But this clip here is one of the main issues in Elder Scrolls, and it's been on for years, and that is that once you had a debuff applied, it will stay on until you restart your game essentially. But even if you restart your game and come back on, it can be applied to you straight after and you'll be stuck again. So you can see my buff bar and debuff bar above my health. There's a broken sword you can see, and that reduces my damage by so much for a certain period of time, but that is constantly stuck on me. Now it happens that last night when I was playing this and recording it, I logged off the game, relogged the game, but the debuff just stayed on all the time, so I could do nothing about my damage reduction. So I don't know if it's a bug on the game or it's some kind of mod that somebody's put on, because I've heard online that this can happen. People apply debuffs permanently. I logged on this morning, the buff's gone, thank God. But it's really annoying and can ruin your gameplay and make you lose in situations. And it's just not that debuff as well. The burning effects, poison effects, basically all you can apply to people. So moving on to the next one. Yeah, so this one, the game kind of bugs out, but as you can see, there's people complaining about crashes, delays. Oh, that's me mentioning about delays. I'm smashing to get inside there and it's putting me back out. They call it double dooring. Press to get in again. As you can see, the use button is flashing because I'm trying to get inside and it's not working. Then it puts me back outside again and I die shortly after. Now this is a bug that's been in the game a long time, and they still haven't fixed it no matter how much you complain about it, which is really annoying as well because it can ruin the game for you. It can make you lose certain battles, and it's not just me who complaining about it. There's people in the game every single day saying, "Oh, sick of this," because it doesn't work right. And you'd think on the most advanced console ever, the Xbox One S X, that it'd be up to par to fix a little thing like walking through a door. But no. Alright, so here's another bug that's been on the game for a while. I mostly find it on this quest in PvP, the kill 40 players for the merit thing for Cyrodiil. So as you can see, I'm on 39. Kill a guy. Doesn't go up. I got the alliance points for it. But this also happens in 1v1, like if you come across people on their own, kill that guy, didn't get it. It's just so demoralising when you're trying to do the game and it just doesn't work. The fastest console in the world, Elder Scrolls gets up maintenance every week, and you're coming across crap like this and you just can't play the game. Right, so here's another video for you. Lag delay when it comes to using your abilities, and the game just dragging you about doing whatever the hell it wants to do, which ruins the fluency of the gameplay, and it feels like you're having no effect on combat whatsoever. Now I'll admit, I'm not ashamed to admit, I'm not the best player on Elder Scrolls, but I have a couple of builds that just absolutely wreck people when the game works properly. Look at that, that's what I was talking about. I had a second delay on me teleport thing. No, the game's not actually caught up with what I put yet. But yeah, this happens all the time. If there's a delay on your skills and abilities, your fighting styles, then you're gonna lose. There's many times I press like as you can see, I've got Y and B as my main attack buttons. So I press Y, then LB, then Y, because they kind of do like the same amount of damage. Just one goes off magic, one goes off stamina. But it'll just like mash the Y button, then I'll have no magical left. It's ridiculous. And like I've just said, it's the fastest console in the world, apparently. And it doesn't work. Neither does the servers for Bethesda, which is also run by Microsoft. Right, so we got another bug here, which is a fairly common bug, which most people come across. And it is so annoying, because like the other ones I've mentioned, you can lose battles because of this bug. And this bug has been out for years, and still nothing has done about it. So I'll show you. I'm dead. I'm a squishy little bomb blade, and I'm dead, which is cool. I don't mind. My team, my companions, my compadres, they put two camps up, like you should. And I'm in the middle of both. Sure, there's one I can't spawn on, to the right hand side. But the left one I should be able to spawn on. There's no timer. No reason why I shouldn't be able to spawn. It's not under attack, but it just says I can't spawn here. Now there's no delay from like the time the tent goes up to spawning in, because it's instant. But for whatever reason, you can't spawn in. It's not under attack. And like I said, this ruins your game. If there's a delay on this, your camp can get burned, the team can get wiped, you're lost. And this is all the time. Now each one of these things on their own may not seem like an issue, but altogether it feels like you're just playing the laggiest piece of crap game ever, and you pay good money for it. Not only have you bought the DLC and the base game, you're paying for a subscription monthly. And on top of that, they change every set, so every month or two, you've got to spend so much time on the game to get the new sets, to make yourself good, and take it in consideration as well. That's on every single character you've got. I've got 18 characters, so every time they change sets, I have to rebuild 18 characters, and they don't offer you refunds as well for like in-game currency. So if you just take one piece of armor, for instance, like New Moon Acolyte, to make it legendary, gold, it can cost up to 100,000 for one piece. So you have 7 pieces of body armor at 700k, and I'll even include the crafting materials, which actually do cost more if you have light armor, because if you have light armor, then each piece of that, the Ancestor Silk, costs 15k. Excuse me. Each piece of Ancestor Silk costs 15k per stack if you're going to buy it. Then there's the Kuta on top of that, which is about 5 to 10k depending on price. And if you have in Prism glyphs, that can cost up to 15k as well. So it adds up way more than 100k. But I'll be generous and say 100k just for the body armor. Then there's the weapons on top, which can cost a lot more. But this is what the game has come to now. It's ridiculous. And it's not just that, it's other simple things like just teleporting from one place to another. Where it just bugs out. It'll when I'm a vampire and I teleport from one wasteland to another, I lose health. So if I'm jumping from keep to keep, I lose health. If I'm going in and out of a door to do whatever, I lose health, and I don't know why. I can't find any answers on the internet for why that happens, and it's been happening for years. I've even cured my vampirism and started playing the game again, and it still happened. Even when I just spawn in, my health is diminished, and I don't know why. When this video catches up to what I'm actually doing, because I don't know why it's doing this as well, I'll show you and you'll see what I mean. I don't know why it's been so laggy. It's not normalized. But there are other issues as well with Elder Scrolls Online. And I have posted videos about this on YouTube, but the videos have been took down because it shows bullying, harassment, homophobia, racism. I can't remember if I put the racist video up. I can't remember. But yeah, you kill. I'm on the Red Alliance, which is Ebon Outback. You kill anyone on the yellows, and the blues are worse for this, by the way. They will message you instantly, calling you every name under the sun. Racist comments, homophobic comments, this, that, and other. They even mention like child abuse and whatnot. So I made a compilation of videos. I think in total there was maybe 50 videos compact, just like gameplay recordings, and maybe 100 pictures sent off to Bethesda to tell them I'm being targeted, and take in consideration as well, people online don't know my age, so I could be a little kid for their perspective. And they come out with all this homophobic stuff and whatnot. So I messaged Bethesda, sent them all the proof they required, and they just said, well, just avoid that player. They don't do anything about it. Now, I got stressed once when all this was happening. I told someone to F off. I got a ban for 3 days. That's just telling someone to F off. But they're allowed to come out with homophobic slurs, the racism, everything. Like I said, even bring children stuff into it. And they can get away with that, but you can't say F off. How does that make sense? Now, personally, I don't want anyone messaging me. I don't care what the problem is. If I kill you in a game, fine. If you kill me in a game, fine. It's a game and it's PvP. It's what you're meant to do. I play consoles and games to relax. I don't particularly watch much TV or movies anymore because they're all crap. But I play consoles because it's quite fun and relaxing. And in the past, I've suffered with extreme depression to the point of suicidal tendencies. And all this stuff I have mentioned to Bethesda and whoever deals with the complaints, and they don't care. They have not taken any action. And in my personal opinion, that is supporting racism, homophobia, and whatnot online. Because if I had a platform and people were saying stuff like that, you see, I have this personal opinion where you can say whatever you want in general. So like you could talk about race or homosexuality or anything in general, even if it's offensive. But when it's targeted, that's bullying, that's harassment, and the people doing that should be taken off the platform, because why would you want people like that on? I'm not like a little SJW baby whinging about this, that, and other. I'm just thinking, if this kid's playing this game and they're getting the same treatment as I am, it could lead them to suicidal tendencies. And I'm not the only one getting it. Reds would often talk about that, oh, just killed this guy, and he's instantly messaging me, whinging that I've killed him. Which is ridiculous. Why do we need to hear abuse just because we killed you in a PvP game? If you have a grievance, you think I'm cheating or whatever, report my account. They can investigate my account, and let that be it. You don't need to message me calling me homophobic crap, or calling anyone homophobic crap or racist crap. Especially if you don't even know my sexuality or my race, my ethnicity. Sorry, not race. It's unnecessary, and I am tired of Bethesda not taking action upon this. They do so much in this game to ruin it, like all the things I've already shown that they've not fixed. And they're constantly changing things, so you've got to spend if you want to play the game, you have to spend more time on it to keep up to date. And I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get more people to stay on it by introducing more stuff. Well, that just sounds like a normal game, but when they're constantly changing it, they're trying to keep people grinding for these sets, which I think is a wrong way to go about it. If I had to deal with the online abuse in Bethesda's shoes, what I would do is I'd issue them with a 2-week communication ban. If they carry on, 2 month. If they carry on, ban their account, because clearly they're not going to change. And it's not just like verbal abuse as well. I've had it several dozen times where they stand over my body and they refuse to let other people resurrect me. So it's like a tank stood over my body and they're just blocking. Someone tries resing me, they bash them away. You have like 50 people not even fighting, just teabagging you. And it's just ridiculous. Why do we need a abusive system like that in PvP? Now, I've been reported, like someone's messaged me before, told me they've reported me for teabagging, but I actually didn't teabag them. What I did was I killed them, stood over their body, and just crouched because I'm a bleeding Nightblade. Then I went invisible. Teabagging is one of those most unnecessary things you need to do in game. It's just people trying to get a reaction out of you. And because I play Nightblades a lot, that's kind of my default, where I just crouch and go invisible, and I'm probably making a cup of tea or something while I'm just out of the way. But something needs to be done about this game because there's so many people just turning away from it. I have seen in recent weeks pro players who's been playing this since day one. They're on it several hours a day. They do night shifts on game to win PvP. And they just get abused all the time, and they're so demoralised by farming sets and buying sets and doing this, that and over and over and over again. There's just like, there's no fun to the game anymore. It's just a grinding game. And I personally think Elder Scrolls in maybe a year or two is going to be super dead unless things change. So anyway, that's my little video, that's my little rant. So yeah, I think personally I am aware that they bring in a new mega servers out, so hopefully that's going to fix a lot of the combat issues. But the skill delay right now is killing this game. I feel so demoralised. I don't even want to play it because it's like I'm doing all these attacks and it's just doing nothing. And on off chance I do kill someone, they send me bleeding messages, whinging. And yeah, like I say, it's demoralising. It's like, do I really want to put up with this crap? And even if you're not playing PvP, you're in PvP aspect to it. I've gone into dungeons and trials and whatnot, and they'll just mess around. People just mess around. They're like, they'll attack a boss, then they'll just sit back at room and do nothing while the healer essentially just takes on bosses, or they'll want you to leave on last boss so they can get a friend in who's struggling for the game. And they'll try kicking you or sending you abusive messages. And it's stressful as hell, to be honest. I think that the trials need a you should be able to like queue for trials like you can with Battlegrounds and everything else, because there's a lot of people who want to do like hardcore trials, but when a trial comes out, people kind of stay with the close knit group, do it on hard mode, get all gear, not do it again. So I think we need a trial activity finder. So yeah, and personally as well, I think companions should be able to go in arenas. Now I've done most arenas myself, but I've got friends who struggle with arenas. They're not kind of familiar what to do. I've told them after they grind it so many times it'll become like second nature to them, and they'll be able to figure it out and work on from there. But it would help them out if even in normal mode they can use their companions, and in hard mode, veteran mode, solo it, or vice versa. Yeah. I also think there should be a hints and tips thing. So like you pick up a set of armor and it goes, oh, this set would be perfect for a stamina sorcerer bow build, or something like that. Something that helps characters more. Something like you pick up a set of armor Spriggans and it goes, this set would work ideally with this other set, Plague Break or whatever. Just a little hint thing like that would help this game so much for new players. Because if I've brought people onto this game who've not familiar with RPGs, and they have struggled in that aspect of it, and so do I, to be honest, because they keep changing stuff and they don't tell you about it. So I think a hint finder like that would be very useful. And yeah, that's all my ranting for now. I'll catch you next time, guys. Peace out.